here we are in part 2, the title of which I don't remember.
A month. Yes, you'll come to no harm in that time.
See, quite a short recap.
Well, that's good. That is good.
It means it wasn't underwritten for a change. Because it's very clever, this zoom. There's a very famous actor, I won't name because he's still a great actor, but they use this technique all the time. When you can't really act, they just do a slow zoom or a fast zoom or whatever to get great emphasis on the poor acting. There you go.
So that's why they did it with you.
That's why they did it,
Yeah. Die.
No, I won't have that. I won't have that.
No, that's what I said to them.
I wonder what Elizabeth made of it all when she came down last time.
Well, she's not here this time,
She's not
is she?
here.
No. Yes. I think she was so appalled we couldn't get her back to do any more. Mainly appalled by Nicholas, I think. He's so badly behaved. He's not going to talk now.
Well, I was just wondering what happened to all those epileptics who used to have fits because of the title sequence. They didn't change it, did they?
Well, they had an epileptic fit.
Not quite a Sleeping Beauty.
Oh. It's a bit of a snappy title.
Well, the hostel is called The Sanctuary.
Oh, that is a nice jumper.
Road, Shepherd's Bush. It's run by our father, Martin O'Connor. It's a hostel for kids who either run away or been turned.
So we're not commenting on your acting, are we, this time?
I'm actually amazed I'm getting all the lines right and sort of in the right way. Really.
I just wondered what happened to Father Martin O'Connor, who was running a boys' refuge.
Oh, that...
He's a very good actor as well.
Is he the big chubby guy?
He's not that chubby.
Boozy-looking... Well, I'm thinking of Father Ted, aren't I?
Corson? Oh,
What a
good.
quaint ring. I mean, we got used to it, but that's a very quaint ring nowadays, isn't it?
Now remember, Stephen, we want to show them a bit more ESP ability than Tyzo could manage, but don't blow their minds. Eh?
I'll do my best to hold myself back.
Don't do any blowing at all.
Yes.
As far as the acting is concerned, yes,
Here she
don't
is
hold it
again.
back.
There you go.
I think you do wear the same costume throughout.
Well, budgets were tight. They could afford a new tie for him.
Stephen
couldn't they?
O'Callaghan. He wasn't able to make it to my last little demonstration, but I thought
Well, hello.
I'd find him even more
Are you feeling lucky,
Stephen O'Callaghan?
Are you feeling lucky, punk?
Not a children's home, it's a hostel for homeless boys.
Oh, look, he's role-playing. Role-playing.
That's why I say, nowadays he'd be arrested, wouldn't he?
She's giving him the evil eye, look, you see.
28 Owens Road, Shepherd's Bush. Why?
Well, no reason.
Oh, look at the pointed collars.
What you can do, Steve?
Nonch, nonch.
Honestly, Professor.
I think I'll do a bit of acting.
Successful subjects all have unusual
Cages.
Cages and the same strange straight hair when they've really got curly hair. It's odd.
She's very close to you there, isn't that a bit disconcerting?
And how you couldn't remember who I was this morning, Anne, really? I mean, you've been staring at me through a cage.
I thought you dealt with that brilliantly, though, Anne.
What?
Not recognising Peter. That was very good.
Have no clue who you are.
You gave him a big smile, shook his hand and said, no, I don't know
who you are, but you're the lighting guy.
Just ask you to roll him in number 6. Shows you can add.
It's a bit lame, all these dice things. I should be flying around the room on a broomstick.
So you're trying to pretend to be pathetic, are you? Comes across very well.
Thank you. You're all hot.
Now I see my belt's now where it should be. You see, the
Yes.
stomach has gone.
Holding in the guts, you
That's
mean?
it.
Why not? He believes in miracles. Anyway, I expect Stephen's performing those...
Good title for a song, and I believe in miracles, isn't it?
Hello, Stephen. How'd it go?
I think I've hooked him.
So the boy is a telepath.
Yes, and he was deliberately making mistakes. I managed to penetrate his...
Believe that, believe anything.
What did you discover?
Nothing. He detected me and put up barriers. He's a much stronger telepath than I am, and he was trying to hide it.
Does Corsten know the boy?
She's awfully good, isn't she?
Yes,
I think we were trying not to laugh, actually.
All this
Well,
good
that's
acting.
an attention
Here's the
comes
slow
out
zoom.
beautifully.
Look at the slow zoom, you see.
Find out what.
No. I think that Roger Price really had something to write about here. He was quite keen on this whole sort of the government might use you as secret weapons sort of theme. It's mentioned a lot before, isn't it?
That was part of his anti-establishment psychology, really.
Falling into the hands of the Secret Intelligence Service.
That's a long way.
You can join.
But I think because there are less long recaps.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually a fuller script.
Fuller story.
Yeah.
Doing good.
Why did you take your belt off?
Because he doesn't want it falling into the hands of the...
Oh.
No, that God,
Him is a shy boy, Colonel. He's not the sort
I
to stand
remember
out in
him.
the crowd.
I remember all this.
Ah, well, now, so it is. Ah.
His record card shows and My memory tells me he's been with us for several months, but
I haven't a clue who he is either.
I do have clearance from the Department of Child Welfare, Father. The documents are in order, I assure you.
Yes, I can see they are.
Your records will show that Stephen left in order to enlist in the army as a junior leader. That's where your responsibility for the boy will end.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because Trevor Bannister wasn't really known for this kind of part, was he? And he does it really well.
He's a good actor.
Legal sense, of course.
Is he still going? Is he acting still? Because I know Simon, his son's a stage manager.
That's right.
Because I've worked with him a few times.
That's right.
And I haven't had time to speak to Stephen and put it to him yet, no.
Well, I've got no choice. You're going to take me off.
Let's have our future decided for us. Were you not called to your vocation?
Indeed I was. But you're hardly offering Stephen a vocation in the priesthood.
No. The millions of young men of my generation were. They had their future decided for them, accepted the responsibility of fighting.
And do you think it's true to say that he was sort of caught in typecasting of sitcoms and stuff?
Who, Trevor?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Why do you think that sort of thing comes about? Is it
And what precisely
lack of imagination from casting directors? Or?
I don't know, really. I mean, he's a good comic actor.
He's a good straight actor, though, isn't he, in this one?
Yes, he is. Is he?
That was Anne who made that comment, Trevor.
Mere children for its defence. It may not be worth defending if you thought of that, Colonel Masters.
Stephen will come to no harm, Father.
That's all a bit political, all
I was
that,
going to say, there's an underlying political message throughout all of this.
War is bad.
Yes. You should remember that Roger himself was on a short service commission. Was he? Was an officer.
Oh, yes, that's, yes.
But I think that was quietly buried.
Was he?
Oh, yes.
You do a lot of staring at people, Anne. It's just like glaring at them.
Is it the same outfit you're wearing there, and just with the buttons done up?
It's the same
to make it look different.
It's a different top.
Is it a different top?
But the same jacket and the same skirt.
Ah.
She's probably like Einstein. She's probably got a whole wardrobe full of the same clothes.
Yeah.
It's called coordinating.
I don't know. It's strange.
Another thing I noticed about this is that they do concentrate on the non-Tomorrow People characters quite a lot. I mean, this is quite a long section without any of our heroes in it.
Yeah, but as I said before, it's because they've got good actors.
Yes.
So they'll spend time on good actors.
Colonel, that boy is in communication with other telepaths.
Oh, dear.
John, Elizabeth, it started. Father...
And that looks like a jigsaw, but it's actually a very advanced game.
Oh, yeah, what would that be?
Yeah, exactly. Explain, what is it? It's a white jigsaw with no, I mean, how?
It's a jigsaw puzzle with no picture on it.
Picture.
Only somebody like John could do that, you see. Completely blank jigsaw.
You have my everlasting respect for that.
I think it's just gone to pieces in that scene. But,
oh, my word.
What's that?
It's a leather man.
I didn't think you could buy those sort of things in Liberties in those days.
Please.
I like the way I'm stroppy. Yeah.
It's up to you. You make up your own mind.
It's a very small room. Have you noticed that the blocking's quite difficult in there, isn't it? One table and you're all screwed.
Well, that was the idea anyway.
You know why we're here.
What do you think I am, a mind reader or something?
Oh.
Very clever.
Oh, you believe all the stuff Professor Coulson's in?
Well, I think
That threw him off the scent.
And you think that I'm some sort of a Superman?
Well, I wouldn't put it quite as strongly as that. Look, Stephen, you're wasted here.
Come and join the army.
Where your talents can be rid.
You tell me where
So then you really will be wasted once you join the army.
I'll be look good in uniform.
Oh, secretly.
Yes.
What's in it for me?
Doing a bit of acting there, aren't you?
£25,000.
I want money, I want folding.
£25,000 recording contract with George Martin. Oops, sorry.
Yes.
What sort of job would it be? What sort of job was it, Peter?
No, I can't remember. It's so long ago.
James Bond and that.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and James Bond is still going as well, so it's the Tomorrow People and James Bond that have survived.
And you want to train me to be some sort of a spy?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll come. I was going to leave school in 6 months, and then what? Job in a blacking factory at Hammersmith.
A blacking factory?
Before they redeveloped Hammersmith, I think.
Can you get your things right away, Stephen?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, Father. Stephen's decided to come with us.
Have we named that actor?
What, the Irish actor on the left? No, he's a well-known actor, and he's a very good actor. I can't think of his name.
Staying here or working in a factory?
We'll find out.
Now, come on, hurry up, Stephen. I haven't got much time.
Bazookas to give you. Grenades to throw. Come on.
On the boat to Iraq tomorrow.
Oh, they'll be leaving round about now, the guys.
See, I finished the jigsaw now, look. See? Brilliant.
Now looking pleased,
Yes.
It's your ugly face we didn't know how to tell you.
My God, you look like Jim Carrey.
Stephen, do you think
They're giving me an injection.
Stephen? Stephen!
They've drugged him. It was only to be expected.
Won't hurt much, just a little prick.
Take him away and us not know where?
I will know soon enough.
Hurry up, Professor.
I think we look quite pretty with all that coloured gunge over our face, don't we, from the overspill from Tim's balls.
Oh. There's the dynamics.
They were called telex machines,
The
weren't they?
size of those things, my God. And why has he got so many voltmeters? I mean, you don't need that many.
They look interesting.
Yes. And, oh no, they are actually all the same tool.
Really?
Yes.
There's a lot of stuff out of the TV control.
It was, yeah.
It was redundant even then.
He's a scientist. He'll need lots of things with dials and meters on.
What happened to the hamster?
Taking him with him.
Something for lunch.
This is the telephone girl, isn't it?
He's probably gone home by now, Liz. It's gone 6 o'clock, you know.
So she's telepathic and everything. She can't work out he's just left the room.
No. Well, there's telepathic and telepathic, you know.
Has the professor settled in all right?
You're always clutching a handbag, aren't you, Annie?
Yes, I know. Shiny handbag.
But then women did in those days, you know.
It's a character thing.
Yes, absolutely.
We've all been drugged.
Panning from other bits of the set to the main action.
Tim's done virtually nothing in this episode, have you noticed?
Yeah.
He hasn't said a word, has he, apart from the very beginning? But he hasn't said a word in this episode.
Who?
Tim.
Oh, Tim, that's true. No, he hasn't, has he?
We've always feared most.
Perhaps I disconnected him, didn't I?
Uses as a potential weapon of war.
So why give him Stephen on the
Maybe Philip was having a day off.
Do you really think they'll be able to hold on to Stephen once he regains consciousness?
No, of course not.
Well, if they put me in a lead box, I will.
They just said they want you on a plate. I don't know whether you heard that remark.
Do they want me? Oh.
Where are we? What's this then? Where are we here?
I don't know.
We're in the
He's coming too.
HQ.
Oh,
the bunker.
HQSIS. There he is.
Oh.
latest fashions. So why have they got
It's
hats on
Monty
in here?
Python, isn't it? We come for your liver. I'm using it.
Why have they got hats on in here and Colonel hasn't?
They've been cooking.
Put you to sleep, I'm afraid, for the journey. Rather
The journey? Where am I going?
We can't have everyone knowing where we are, can we?
What drug did you use?
Comaline, a small dose.
Oh, that's harmless enough.
Use it every day, don't I? Thought you were going to give me something that Stephen gave me the other day.
Bit of Comaline.
But mixed with water, it's fatal.
See, we have another long section here without the Tomorrow People.
Yes, and a very cheap set, you'll notice.
It's quite an interesting design. It's a little sort of module in the middle of a sort of dark space, you'll see.
White coats, white background, very cheap.
Very effective, though.
Who was the designer? Was it Harry Clark on this? Or
Harry Clark. He did most of them. Michael Menas was
Michael
the other one.
Menas, so it could be this.
Harry Clark actually was not going. Sorry, was having a relationship with one of the PAs who I used to fancy. Do you remember her? What's her name? Very attractive girl.
Sue.
Is it Sue?
Sue Penbrook. I shouldn't mention names.
No, we shouldn't mention names. No, definitely not.
No.
It's too late.
Research into ESP. Except that which is being done here.
So this is SISHQ into ESP. After initial inquiries, we've decided...
Why did they stick a moustache on that actor?
I was just going to say, it was so obviously...
Obviously, it's rubbish.
It's probably because he was only 12 or something.
to disguise who he is, that's all. This is the Secret Service, after all.
They're all disguised.
He's
That's
just
why they're
about
wearing
to-
those white hats.
He's just about to take his teeth
I'm not
out.
blind to the potential of ESP, Colonel. But don't you think that what
I'm
makes
not
it
visually impaired, is what we would have said nowadays, isn't it?
should be put to peaceful rather than military uses?
Yes, I would agree.
Oh, God, here we go, propaganda
Here we
time.
go.
Yawn, yawn.
But every major power in the world, and quite a few of the minor ones, are actively engaged in research into ESP.
Ever fired a bazooka, Professor? It's bloody good fun. Come with me outside.
Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the mind waves.
Suppose they refuse to... Suppose they refuse to cooperate in your war games.
Some already help us. Those who don't will be persuaded. Most people can be.
This design is into ceilings. You get quite a few ceilings, which is unusual.
Not suggesting that the British used torture, surely. European Court of Human Rights and all that. Oh, I see what you mean. It was a set in the middle of nowhere, isn't it?
Oh, we're in comas. I remember this.
I'm ceiling spotting.
Yeah, I think this is it for me.
So now you're just in your underpants in a glass box.
Yeah, basically.
He's got you where he wants you.
Yeah. We all end up there later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You spent a very long time there, actually.
Yeah,
yes.
That's me for the episodes. I think that's done.
No need to go to Thailand for it.
But feel free to continue commenting, obviously.
I'll go outside and have a cigarette. Come back later.
It's obviously somebody's fantasy, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Little boys on demand.
Stephen.
Boys are us.
Right. Sinatral?
Make it Sinatral.
It's shocking lighting, isn't it?
Well, you can tell that the top is a bit cling film rather than glass, but still.
Very dark.
It's moody.
Perform their essential bodily functions.
But synaptol is extremely dangerous.
What's he talking about, bodily
To the
functions?
best of my knowledge, it's never been used on human beings before.
My word.
You're taking an enormous risk with the lives of 2 children.
And one brilliant actor. You could ruin his career.
With a very real risk, they'll stay like that for the rest of their lives.
Well, it did happen, didn't it, Peter?
I'm going to get my union onto you.
I don't think it was
Us Beck two people stick together.
I don't think it was the drugs that he gave you that turned you that way.
Oh, I see what you... Oh, you nasty thing. I was misguided by other people.
Yes, a misguided missile. Who was that, then?
Can't say.
So what, did you say to him, please, sir, may I have some more?
I didn't say a word. Actually, the lighting is quite bad on this, Anne.
It's appalling.
Quickly changing the subject.
Hugely changing the subject.
That's what we're guarding against with these two by the using synaptol.
A bit tight-fitting, those pants as well, aren't they?
Yeah, I think Roger was going, put on a wire, put on a wire. Show me what you've got, Vaughan Clark.
Just as well it was what was that drug he called you? Not Viagra, wasn't it? That'd make the lid rise up, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? That might get in the ratings.
It's a natural, that's it.
It's a natural.
This is very boring, isn't it?
What do you mean, the commentary or the
entire programme?
Just because you're not in the scene, Anne, you had to get used to that, you know. Dear. You see how much more interesting it is with a bit of shadowy lighting, though, rather than just that bland white all the time.
Very moody.
Yeah.
I think it's early days for all that lighting, Lark.
I actually think this is one of your best performances, Peter, here.
It's not bad, is it?
It's very good. I wouldn't take it lying down like that. Although you may,
Listen,
I don't know.
You're in it soon. I remember we will turn up. We all were very annoyed that we had to lie in that box for a whole day.
Ah, there's Tyso.
Yeah.
Think about it, Professor.
See again the zoom look, see? In substitute for good acting.
Oh. You know, Stan's getting away with these zooms.
Oops. Should make tea.
This sexist scene here showing a woman in her subservient position of making tea.
Living corpses?
There's no room for sentiment in this job.
No, I suppose not. He asked you if the girl who disappeared was black.
So?
One lamp or two?
Well, just that when I delved into his mind, one of the 2 telepaths that I saw was a black girl.
Yes, well, I
don't get many of those, you see.
Well, it looks like now you've got compassion towards us, I think. There's a bit of a kind of like, oh, don't do that to the poor boy.
I hope he does, for his sake.
In the meantime, I've given him permission to go back to his office.
And did they ever talk to you about being more of a regular character? Because you do pop up in another one.
Yes, they did. But I was doing something else, so I couldn't do it.
What were you doing?
Another series at Thames called Rooms, a daytime soap.
I remember that.
Yes.
You knew the producer of that as well, did
Yes,
you?
I did. Yes.
What would we do without
What do you say?
Wouldn't you have preferred to do another series of the Tomorrow People then?
I'd have loved to have done another series. So would Trevor Bannister.
And what happened to that other programme you did? Is that available on DVD? I don't think so.
We rest our case, yes.
Oh, God.
I do hope they agree to work with us.
And why didn't Trevor do another one then?
He did, but then
KGB and the CIA.
His character is in another story, but they kill him. So
yeah,
it's just
so
someone just lying flat
killing
on...
somebody in the Tomorrow People is not a problem. Let's face it.
Oh, that's right. He wasn't actually in it. There was just another actor's head lying on the desk.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Where have I got that bag?
Look, they're off again.
2 bags now.
We've got a real problem with chairs in this room.
We've got 3 temporarily abled actors here and 1...
in the RAF. And then we were in the army a minute ago.
Do you think it's one of them? Oh, it is the guy with the false moustache, isn't it? Yeah.
Is that you? No, it's not you, is it? It looks
Is
like
what,
it.
me?
That man with the hat on.
No, no. A handbag again.
Oh, it's grown.
What have you got in your big bag?
Oh.
It's a mobile phone.
Oh, very advanced, yes.
I'm at Corsten's now.
I'm standing next to you, actually, in the next set.
You do say. I thought it was all real.
Oh, no.
Oh, you little bugger.
She's very good with props here, I think. Well done.
Yes, prop acting.
You really know, you really look like you know what you're doing.
Yep.
There's many actors I know who wouldn't be able to screw that back on.
I think Peter was good at screwing up. Oh, another one under the lamp as well.
I'm setting the devices now, sir.
Oh.
She's a device girl.
Now, why they've got space
Miami
suits
Device.
hanging up? Oh, please.
It's an interesting book, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, a bit of fumbling there.
Stick it.
Transistor, transistor.
UFO.
It's completely inconspicuous.
It's all good, subtle stuff.
That's fine, Trish. I can see and hear you clearly.
I can see clearly now. Would you like your
That's
oil?
made it worse.
Would you like your oil checked? Dipstick.
There you are, Professor. You're on television, did you but know? All right, Colonel?
You've done well, Trish. Now check the phone.
Yep.
The whole notion of a tiny camera and everything would have been quite exciting.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and a mobile phone the size of a brick, it was very advanced for those days.
Well, the size of the TV cameras they used at the time were huge. I mean, when there was about 5 of them, I think.
And that little mini cassette recorder he's got on the desk is rather impressive, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? See, if they redid the Tomorrow People without all that now, which they tried to do, it just wouldn't work. And it didn't work, really, did it? Even they spent loads of money on it. Ha ha ha, Nickelodeon. Ha ha ha. Error.
Professor Corsten, have you got any news?
I've been to the research.
Oh, hands-free. I think that was quite advanced for the day, wasn't it?
Where? Are they all right? How are they?
They're alive, both of them. But that's about all.
What do you mean?
They've been drugged with Synaptrol.
Synaptrol causes total paralysis of the brain.
What did you say, Tim?
Total paralysis of the... Give me another line, Roger.
By an intensive care unit which has taken over their bodily functions.
That's horrible. We can't just leave them there like that.
Bodily functions.
There goes me bodily functions.
Are you taking the...
And he smelt awful. He was
Well, they've put me to sleep, both going there and coming back.
And you've no idea?
This is all quite tight stuff, though, isn't it, don't you think?
Well, then you could find
Tight in what way?
Well, tight direction, you know, it's got a good pace to it.
Tight shots, yes.
I'm trying to be positive here.
Yes, you did say that about the last episode as well.
I know. I'll try and say something new next time.
and follow him on the tracking satellite, and that'd lead us to Stephen.
Yes.
Whatever I think of that.
Muppet John, you're going to walk right into a trap.
I've got to go back there soon.
No, stay there. I'll be right with you.
Colonel, look!
Now, you know what Synaptrol is.
Good God, where did she come from?
Well, she just appeared out of thin air. It's like I saw when I read his mind, the black girl.
That's it. That, Tricia, is a genuine teleporter.
Fascinating.
Pick up my bags, will you?
We've got to catch her now.
Ah.
I was quite excited.
Dear, dear, dear.
It's the morning commentaries that kind of like take us a while to wake up, isn't it?
I had noticed that long pause there.
Frank Gatliff, there you go.
Is it over yet? Created by Roger Price. Who designed it then?
Well, it was...
No, Philip.
No, I don't know him.
Can't vaguely remember.
Well, well.
Marvellous.
Marvellous.